And welcome everybody to this daily space weather supplemental. You may be interested to know that we've seen a massive coronal mass ejection, the likes of which we've never covered before on the channel. I was just about to do a Twitch stream, and we're looking at an unprecedented coronal mass ejection, at least in the experience of our channel. So you can see coming out of sunspot 2859 here, we saw a couple of C-class flares, and that triggered the mother of all plasma discharges. So here's what I was looking at in the GO 16, and check out the detail. So this started at about 1300 hours universal time, and I'll blow that up to maximum size. That is absolutely bonkers. We don't think there is an Earth-facing component to this. It looks like it's headed out in between stereo A and the Earth as far as preliminary reports show. So the data that we're able to see looks like this is not an Earth-directed coronal mass ejection. But look at the plasma. That is absolutely berserk. And that's the word of the day, officially, berserk, which means insane, bonkers, and holy oh my god. So let's take a look at what we see from stereo A here, located out at Lagrange point 5. And it looks a little bit like it could be Earth-directed here. But from the perspective of the other coronagraphs we see at Lagrange point 1, maybe not so much so. So Lagrange point 5 is out here, and when you view the sun from Lagrange point 5, the Earth is off to your right, as you can see in the diagram here. Let me just make sure I'm displaying that, because yowzers. So the first thing you see is a far side coronal mass ejection, and that is certainly part of it. This is actually difference imagery here, and it looks like there may be an Earth-facing component there after all. So we're going to look at the data from Lagrange point 1 as well. And Lagrange point 1 is right here, the Discover spacecraft, right in between Earth and Sun. It's about 1 million miles toward the sun from Earth. Here's the LASCO C2. So the data is a little bit old on that. We're going to actually try to refresh that in a minute, but first we're going to show you some more solar imagery. The LASCO C3. So some incredible discharges here. And by the way, that's not your opportunity to pole vault the caldera. Please don't. But please do visit smAsho.com and join the SMASH team. Official kickoff is September 1st. smAsho.com/SMASH team. So here's some imagery of just the coronal mass ejection. We made custom videos just for this, and check out the detail. Talk about some footage. Yowzers. That is absolutely unprecedented. And I'm sure there have been coronal mass ejections that put this one to shame or whatever, but I just happened to notice it as it was happening. So here we are, playing some original music and showing you quite a coronal mass ejection. Now the way this looks, this does not look like it's headed toward the SDO, which is where these are from, the Solar Dynamics Observatory. Here's another composite. This is 304 and 171 angstroms, ionized helium and ionized iron, respectively. Talk about some visuals there. Yowzers. So a spectacular light show and plasma discharge associated with this. It was a double hump C-class flare from that. And so we are streaming live here. I'll show you the data. Just let me take down the screen for a minute. I can reappear. And we'll show you the X-ray flare associated with this. And again, we are streaming live. Just bear with me one quick moment here. I'm also looking for the proton flux, so just a second. I apologize for the delay. All right, so there's the GOES X-ray flux, and you can see two significant C-class flares here, or it looks like a high B-class flare and then a C-class flare. So peak flux of that was actually kind of during the coronal mass ejection, as this signals more like the start of it. And our Helio viewer movies are going to show you some the time and date stamps of that. So if you look at the bottom of the screen there, once the player controls go away, these videos are from right at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock to 1700 Universal Time, I believe, is the time frame of this. If you want to go make your own Helio viewer movies. An absolutely spectacular coronal mass ejection. And once again, folks, it was someplace between pure luck and divine providence. I just happened to be looking at this stuff, and this is what happens sometimes when you immerse yourself in the data. You get some unexpected things, and talk about some limb darkening. You're going to see alerts rolling out, and who knows, we may have our video up before the alerts are even rolled out here. At this rate, we originally streamed this video live to twitch.tv/SMAshoMash, as it's such a good live streaming platform that the Smash team uses it on the regs. So let's bring up some brand new data here from page 8 on the Integrated Space Weather Analysis Center. See if we've got any updates here on the LASCOs. That looks like old data there. Yeah, old data. That data is like 6 hours old, folks. Make it 4 hours. It's about 4 hours old. So let's see if we can find some more data for you here. And the GOES 16 SUVI imager actually has the best data on this. Absolutely spectacular plasma discharge. And again, part of it certainly looks like it's either on the other side of the sun or perhaps even splashing back down onto the chromosphere or the transition zone or whatever you want to call the layers of the closest star. So let me just take this back off screen again and see if I can find some more recent imagery from the LASCO. So we're going to head to the LASCO coronagraph page on the Space Weather Prediction Center. And nope, old data. So we'll just head back to this and we'll see what it looks like in 284 angstroms, a wavelength that the SDO does not seem to have. And very little showing up in this wavelength. So we'll just put 304 angstroms back up. And again, folks, preliminary indications are that this is not Earth-facing. It looks like it's going to be somewhere in between Earth and stereo A from the way the coronagraphs look at the moment. But until we see some data from the LASCO C2 and C3, it's all just preliminary. So I just wanted to make sure that I made a quick video about that. And it looks like the event is largely completed by about 1700. So we'll just go through the images that we have here once again, just to give you a little recap of this quite incredible event. And we do see a little bit of shock waves coming out here sort of in the Earth vicinity. It looks like the vast majority of this coronal mass ejection is on the opposite side of the sun. So that's pretty up-to-date data there. That's practically real-time from when we streamed the video. So I would say don't be surprised to see additional coronal mass ejections here, because you can see there still is some activity. The Earth, by the way, for you new viewers, is off in this direction. So we may actually see some more going on here. It's something to definitely keep an eye on. It's no excuse to pole vault the caldera. Thanks for realizing the existence of our channel. Please consider joining the Smash team and make sure you join us next Wednesday for our September 1st smashomash.com/Smash team kickoff. And we'll just close things out with some more imagery here. Just spectacular. So there's 304 angstroms ionized helium. Here's 304 and 193 angstroms. Coronal holes visible right in the Earth-facing zone approximately. And there is some coronal mass ejecta on the way, as well as some high-speed coronal hole wind streams. Watch our daily space weather video from this morning if you haven't seen that. We do them daily, hence the term daily space weather videos. Here's another composite. This is 304 and 171 angstroms. That's ionized helium and iron. Just absolutely splentacular. And remember, folks, the word of the day is officially berserk. Has your country, town, state, galaxy, timeline, plane of existence, multiverse become berserk? Well, we certainly hope not. But anyway, we got to close this thing out so we can get it uploaded to YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, viewers. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. smAsho, signing off from the Smash News Network. Least busted. Naming news. And thanks for comments, Nabo J and Red Split Rail Fence. That is indeed awesome.